Just finished up at the barn here in Ohio. It was a great day yesterday and a very good day this morning. We went with all the babies went out today that had to or could go out. Obviously, we had some horses that are OCDs out or castrated. They couldn't go out other than to jog lightly, the castrations, and not at all for the OCD horses. But it was a very good day, beautiful day. It was a little cold this morning, but then the sun came out and it was as it is right now, just a really, really nice day. Another good week at the office. We had some sales and acquisitions. We had talked about a trade that we had talked about. A number of people asking me, Anthony, what happened with Crantini and why did he go so terrible for the new owners and what are you going to change to get him back? First off, I can't tell what anybody is going to do with a horse. Crantini left our barn and immediately was terrible. Immediately. It wasn't like there was this steady decline over weeks and weeks and weeks. It was immediate. And some horses just don't get along with some operations. We've had our own, where we've had a couple of horses we just didn't get along with, right? And that happens with everybody. So Crantini just didn't get along with the place he was at. I trained him this morning in 59 last half and 58 over Northfield Park. I thought the horse was good. A little rambunctious, as you can imagine, after making breaks for the better part of 2 months and acting up and being goofy. Of course, it's understandable that he would be a little goofy out in the track today, but was very good in the mile. He was all business, just as I remember him. The problem with him always has been, you guys saw how I kind of timed him into the gate all summer long, and I'll continue to do that. He's more comfortable like that. He likes that type of setup heading into the gate. You can't put him right up on the gate. Towards the end of it, we could creep up closer and then just kind of keep him at bay and then let him trot right out of there. But again, I think we're going to have to go back to step one where you're timing the gate, but I certainly don't see any problems with. Physically, he's the exact same horse he was. Mentally, probably a little fractured from being fractious, but for the most part, I was very, very happy with what I saw from Crantini today. Trained the new mare. I had a couple people ask me too, said, Anthony, who are these new horses and why couldn't we buy shares in them? Well, Miss Rockadelli was sent to us by a gentleman in New York. There's no shares for sale because it's his horse. And she's on the system because she's in the system. Now, if he ever chooses to sell shares, well, that'll be up to him. But for now, he didn't. Same as Steve with Park Slope. Steve Palermo bought Park Slope. He wants to sell shares, he will. But there's nothing saying just because you're in the system doesn't mean that there's shares for sale right away. So it goes out saying, obviously, it was a fair question and answered quite fairly. But from time to time, you'll see those horses pop up, right? They just show up. Where'd they come from? Well, that's where they came from. Somebody probably bought them and sent them to us. So that's where we're at right now. Some of the newer horses. Greatest Ending landed in Northfield Park today. We did do some vet work on him, and the vet suggested that we use some low-grade cortisone. That cortisone has a 10-day withdrawal in Ohio and Pennsylvania. So he can't race for... I think it'll work out well if the class goes Wednesday. I know Patrick's class went on Wednesday, so if Greatest Ending's class goes on Wednesday, it won't be this Wednesday. Obviously, they've already drawn, but the following Wednesday we'll get him. We'll be able to get him raced. This isn't an injury type of thing, so we'll be able to maybe even school him at Northfield Park this coming Wednesday. Now, I can't imagine I can't go with him because the qualifiers are in between or before the races, and I'll be at the Meadows until the very last minute, driving, stay close in the 9th race, and then trying to make the first for Coop. But Jason Merriman and Jason McGinnis will be here, and either one of them are more than welcome and easy to go with Greatest Ending. The only hiccup with Greatest Ending is he hits every bike apparently on planet Earth, so we need some sort of wagon to race him in that he won't hit. Lauren said she thought that there was somebody on the backstretch here had a abnormally high and wide bike, and that is exactly what we are looking for Greatest Ending. So we'll see how that plays out. A lot of our newer horses did well this week. We had a great day on Wednesday. Wednesday was also the day that we said goodbye to Divine Zet and to Smoking Hot Irish Girl in that Crantini trade, that multi-horse trade that we made. And going out a winner also was J.K. Mickey Mantle this week. We had sold him after the race at the Meadows. He was a winner in 52 and a piece. You know, I had somebody kind of seemed a little angry that we'd sold J.K. Mickey Mantle, especially since he was a winner in 52. Speed means zero, means nothing. And although the race was great, anytime you're going to go half in 54 and then proceed to immediately walk in front of J.K. Mickey Mantle, he is going to look awesome. And that's not to say that he's a bad horse, but both him and Atlas are kind of Johnny on the spot types. They're not, you're never going to win first over. You know, you win in the front once in a while, but you're never going to win first over. And if you stretch them out, they can look just flat out bad sometimes. That's just the horses they are. There's nothing wrong with that. So J.K. Mickey Mantle won his class, but as I said to the gentleman in an email, now that puts him in the non-winners at 8,000, where I'm pretty sure he's going to find it difficult. He's also won his 6th or 7th race now, which takes him out of that condition claimer in Dayton. The only one he'll be able to race in now is the 20 claimer for non-winners at 10, which is kind of tough to do since he paid 30 for him. So his claiming tag would be 25,000 in that class for now. Anyway, and it'll be just 20 come January 1st. That's my take on J.K. Mickey Mantle. So for the people out there that maybe don't understand, you know, you see a horse win at 52, you go, wow, what a nice horse. I don't care about the speed. I don't care about the time. I care about the classes and what is available to us and to our horses. And that is the most important thing, right? It's a model that we're obviously trying to always polish and make better, but we've done a lot of damage this year on the good side of things, racing horses in that non-winners of 1 up to 7, and then moving them on unless we think that they can do in the top, up in the top or in classes. Those non-winners of 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000, sure, you're going to have horses drop down into those classes, but I don't want to buy horses for those classes. I don't mind using them to when our horses drop down from higher classes, but I don't want to buy horses to fit into those classes and hope that they can make their way up through. It just doesn't always work that well, and I just think it's a bad way to buy horses. My 2 cents, but we're not going to be buying any horses for that particular reason. We might buy horses in the hopes they get up higher, but if they're just going to be that, you know, 10, 12, 13, 14 wins life, money made, so that all you can do is race in those mid-condition classes, those are not the horses we're looking for and not the horses we're going to keep. So we'll rewind a bit and talk quickly about the week that was at the stable. We had Per Lucky race on Monday, 3rd, and a good 3rd, because those are 2 heavyweights. One a young horse with a very bright future, and the other one who's been a good horse, a 4-year-old now, and has looked great and was a very, very good horse in Indiana. So no slouch in that regard. He's going to miss this week, and then hopefully we'll get him raced the following week. In Indiana or Illinois. I was hoping Illinois first. We'll see. That'll be up to Jim. Enzo Guayo raced good on Tuesday, closing in at the wire. Now he has come up a little bit sore after the race. I don't know exactly for certain where. I know where it is, but I don't know what it is just yet. I'll defer to Dr. Latessa when it comes to that. There was a little heat in the lag, but there was a couple of marks on his lag, so it could be some surface infection. We won't know until we get all that cleaned out if there's anything underlying underneath, but it likely will keep him out of Tuesday's race at the very least. Great parking job right there. Unbeatable Kemp got back on the winning column. First win since we had bought him back privately. I thought he raced well, and I thought he raced confidently, which I liked about him. He's always doing his best work when he's acting like that, so I expect an even better race from him next week. Lindy's Landing was a winner. Halakai the 3rd was a winner. Both those horses look very good. And then Divine Zet just wasn't on her game the other night. Almost made a break leaving, almost made a break in the mile, and then we ended up trading her after the race So she has departed us, but a great night on Wednesday. Thursday, we didn't race anything. Friday, we were kind of busy, weren't we? Sliver of Fashion, we talked about this yesterday, but I'll run through them quickly. Sliver of Fashion, I thought raced admirably, raced good, finished 4th. He can get better, and hopefully will. Think of Galaxies and Patrick DePrana. Not on their sharpest edge right now, but still very, very dangerous. Patrick paced 51, and the other filly was third, beat a half a length in the open mares in 52 and a bit, 52 and 3 or 4. The only horse of the entire week where I said, geez, I don't know where that came from. He didn't race good, was Spitfire Overseas. I just don't think he raced well, but we'll see how he bounces back next week. Atlas Hanover, I thought Atlas Hanover was okay. Kind of a mediocre-ish type 4th. J.K. Mickey Mantle was great in his send-off out of the stable. I thought the horse raced good, but again, now, as I just talked about, you're going to find a little trouble getting him up in those classes now. Yo Mister, we're going to turn Yo Mister out. I got to make a call. I'm thinking, since he's so close to Kentucky, maybe he can go down to Kentuckiana with Tactical Mounds, possibly. If there's room, I have to talk to Mr. Brady and see if there is. We'll give him maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks off. We'll give him 4 or 5 weeks off the most and bring him back. Walter's Keepsake was poor yesterday, but I talked to Stacy about Walter's Keepsake and about Yo Mister. She thought Yo Mister had popped something into his foot and had a ton of mucus. I said, well, it's almost December. Let's just turn the horse out for 4 or 5 weeks. She agreed. And then Walter's Keepsake, she goes, Anthony, we're working on this foot, but it's hard to keep him tight and sharp. He'll be better next week, but it's not like I don't need an explanation, like, don't worry, he'll be better. It wasn't like that. I wasn't putting any stress or pressure on Stacy. Really, all I want to know is, do you think this horse can do in Dayton? If you can, end of conversation, great. And if he's not, thank you, we'll move him somewhere else, whether it be back to Northfield or to the Meadows. And she said, no, Brett likes him, I like him. I just think it's going to take a little time to get him on his game with that right foot, and which she's probably right. Resolute Bay, I thought okay again, maybe a little bit like Atlas, an okay mile. No, better than Atlas in the sense that he did a lot more work than Atlas did, but a decent mile. I would like to see him race a little bit better, but the fact, as I said in my video last night, that James moved him, knowing that was not his go-to move, means that he thought the horse was in good shape, so I'm sure he'll bounce back soon. And then tonight, we have 3 horses that we had dissolved a partnership in. Swinging Senorita, I see on our calendar, is racing tonight. So good luck to Springhaven Farms with her. Nothing But a Dreamer's racing tonight for Mark Beckwith and his owners. Harry Polton's going to race him. Good luck with him. And we've dissolved our shares down to 14 or 15 with Renegade Gypsy, although we went from all the ownership to a minority owner. It is going to be nice to watch him race tonight. So good luck to Mark and Mike and Ronnie, everybody with him, and of course our clients have stayed involved with Renegade Gypsy. Sunday, very small calendar for Sunday also, just easy in the turns, looking to see her get better and better with every start, I hope. And then Monday we're right back at it. We have All Gas No Brakes, can't wait to watch him race. All Gas No Brakes, White Tiger is racing also in the preferred, not the open. Locatelli, Carter Michael Dio makes his first start back. That's going to be exciting. And I see Gandalf's on the docket. Gandalf might be a little bit short. He only stood in the stall for 3 or 4 days. So we'll see how Gandalf does on Monday also. Good luck to Carmen and his crew. So that's what took place this week. That's what, or last week. That's what's coming up this week so far. We have a number of horses entered in to go on Wednesday, and we'll have more on Thursday and Friday. I did train, as I said this morning, I trained Warwick Yuri in 2.5. He's going to need one more week. I trained Crantini in 59. He was very good. We trained Collector and Kenobi. Yesterday, Kenobi had a little snot in his nose, so we opted not to enter him. They'll be entered in next week. I believe you're probably going to see Collector be entered at Mohawk and Kenobi be entered at the Meadows, but we'll see if that class didn't go. I didn't check to see if I guess I could, if the non-winners of 3 filled at, if I can look at it quickly. Oh, it's working. Entries for Wednesday. No, entries for Wednesday. Bear with me. Entries for Wednesday at the Meadows. Did the trot non-winners of 3 but 5 go? Trot, condition claiming 10, maiden, non-winners of 2, open, non-winners of 2,000. It did not. So there's a good chance that it is rescheduled for Friday, in which case we should be able to get Kenobi in there. That's good. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Kind of a short opening this week. It's football's being played today. I know I'm in Ohio State right now, so there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of people from Michigan. Lauren is from Michigan, a lot of people from Ohio, so tension in the barn today. This is a big matchup. They're going into halftime, and I think Michigan was winning. When I saw last, as you can see, this is the coat I got last night with Addie and Ava. Such a great night. You know, Amy doesn't like the crowds. She doesn't like the big shopping crowds, and many people don't, but I do. I don't like the backed up for a quarter of a mile crowd, but I like the crowded mall atmosphere. And when we were done the races yesterday, Addie and Ava and I went shopping. Ava got some earrings, which obviously nobody wants people to get gifts close to Christmas, but it is nice when the girls want to come out and come shopping with me. Be happy to. So they both got something. I got something. Amy got something. Tell her. It's actually a Christmas gift. Everybody got taken care of yesterday, and then we went out to eat at night. It was a great week. Those are my days. For those of you out there that are fathers, you probably know what I'm talking about. Those little snapshots in time. You know, we work and went and drove. I don't know how many horses I drove at the Meadows yesterday. Well, there you go. I don't know how many horses I drove at the Meadows yesterday, but the fact that I got to leave the Meadows, then, you know, for any of you that have ever been to the Meadows, right across the street, up on the hill is one of those Tanger outlets, the big outdoor outlet malls. We went out there, you know, got drinks, walked around for an hour and a half or so, shopped, and then went and had dinner together. It was nice. It was it's one of my favorite things. I wish Amy and Ollie had been there also, but, well, no, I don't, because if Amy was there would have been no shopping done last night. I can assure you of that. So it was. It's been a great week. I'm so happy with the way things are going. You know, they just finished the Thanksgiving here in Ohio in the States, and you know, lots to be thankful for here at the stable. That's for sure. And you guys know, you know, it goes without saying sometimes, and it should. I truly am thankful for everything that you've allowed us to accomplish here at the stable. Everybody in the barn. You know, we showed up today. Jason Merriman was away, as he should. The guy's got to get some time sometime. We were short 2 caretakers and a trainer. Everybody stayed till they closed the track. I went out in the track and jogged My Wicked Heart and Baby Zet by themselves on the back track because the front track was closed, as it was 1:30 in the afternoon. And we all stayed there. I left now. Amy was just finishing up at the barn. All the caretakers were just finishing up. Here it is, 2:15 on a Saturday. Although it was a beautiful day, we went wide open from 8 a.m. till pretty near 2 p.m. at the stable. And it was just it's great to see everybody chipping in and buckling down, because this is the time of year when we need it. So, I'll have more of a video dedicated to this later on in the week. Our open house is confirmed and will be here in Ohio at Northfield Park on the 10th. The reason being, you guys know it's tough to have one on First Line, but we're not forgetting about Ontario. We're going to have a Christmas party at Mohawk, for sure we are. We want to make sure that everybody can make it out to Mohawk. Do them both. I would love nothing better. I'm going to do them both. We're going to have the open house here on the 10th. Please, we're going to have the RSVP started up. You know, we're going to pick up the breakfast for everybody, pancakes and some food for everybody to come out and watch. Scott Zeron, again, this is shocking. That would be like Derek Jeter coming to, and I'm not trying to play up Scotty, but he is a world-class driver. Both him and my brother James and Mark, anytime that these guys come out to the track, it's a big deal. Scott's flying from another state to come and do this open house, and it means a lot to me that he is, and I appreciate that very much. Mark is coming, but Mark wants to do the commentary, which is even better because Mark is fantastic at the commentary. It's like a Freddie Jr. It's like Big Fred, but like 40 years younger. So Mark is going to do the open house with Mike Carter. He's going to be doing that. For many of you don't know Mike, he's announced a lot at Northfield, wears a lot of hats at that track, has announced at Yonkers and a number of other places. Just great to have him a part of it too, because he's got a real keen understanding of horse racing. Is certainly about babies and breeding, so he'll bring he'll play a big role in that open house also. And then of course Ronnie Wren's trying his hardest to get out of it, but as of right now, I'm telling you, Scott Zeron's here, I'm here. Aaron Merriman said he'd come out. Hunter Myers said he would come out. Chris Lems said he would come out, and that sixth position hopefully will be solidified by Ronnie Wren. But that's 6. We'll go with sets of 6 all day long on the 10th. So my math's right. We'll have about 7, maybe 8 sets, but it should be a lot of fun on the 10th. So although the RSVPs are not up, circle that on your calendar. That should be a ton of fun. The open house at Northfield, our Christmas open house, will be on December the 10th, and Kelly is working on getting a date for a Christmas party at Mohawk also. I want to make sure that everybody can get out and celebrate the holidays together, because that is what is most important. Although you are not all named McDonald, you definitely have become a part of my family, and I want to make sure that we celebrate the holidays together when we can. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful weekend. It is a beautiful day here in Ohio. Take care.